Cape Town will be hosting the Africa Energy Indaba next week, and the focus will be around the role of renewable energy. For more on this, I'm joined by Professor Sampson Mamphweli from the South African National Energy Development Institute. A very good afternoon to you, Professor. Thank you for your time. How do renewables fit into the National Energy Plan?
So we, as South Africa, we implement the integrated resource plan. That kind of guides us in terms of how much renewable energy we should get into our power system. We have also projected that with the hydrogen economy, there's a possible investment that will lead to up to about close to 100 gigawatts of renewable energy being implemented in the country. That's almost twice the size of the current Eskom installed capacity by around 2050 going forward. So the impact of renewable energy will be massive going forward. As we speak, we've got about 4 to 5 gigawatts of rooftop solar PV system. That has come online since government announced the rebate program through National Treasury, where you get the money back when you put in your rooftop solar PV. So that is also very critical. Going to the Africa Energy Indaba, one of the things that SANEDI will be leading is a forum, a hydrogen forum, where we'll be introducing people to the hydrogen economy in the country, the 16 catalytic projects that are in the Hydrogen Society Roadmap that come with the massive rollout of renewable energy in the country. So all that will be discussed in the forum. The Department of Science and Innovation will also join us in those kind of discussions. I will also be doing a presentation where I'll be focusing more on South Africa's energy crisis, where we come from, where we are, and where we are going, and what will be the role of the various technologies, basically the energy mix going forward in the South African kind of a situation.
South Africa's energy crisis, where we come from and where we are going. We know that today's Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Minerals, Resources and Energy are set to meet to discuss the country's electricity regulation amendment bill. How does this advance the crisis, advance efforts to end the crisis that South Africa finds itself in?
So that is part of the President's Energy Action Plan. You recall that the President's Energy Action Plan has got the short-term, mid-term and long-term measures. On the long-term side of things, you're looking at the long-term energy planning. The Department of Mineral Resources and Energy has issued the draft IRP that is now in the public consultations. The Thabo Mbeki Foundation today was busy interacting with that particular document. And then the unbundling of Eskom with the new CEO coming on board starting on Friday. It's on top of the agenda, which will also deal with the unbundling of the electricity sector as well, and opening up the various electricity markets. So all these efforts by government that are linked to the President's Energy Action Plan are quite important and very necessary for us to deal with the issue of load shedding. The report that National Treasury commissioned around the business status of Eskom, which basically looking at the various power stations and what are the problems and all that. That report has been released today. It paints a picture of what we have always been talking about. We've always been talking about the aging coal fleet that has not been properly maintained in the past. There are even photos showing various areas that needs urgent attention. So these efforts that government is putting in place, we're starting to see kind of the ramping up of activities. And that particular meeting that you referred to is also part of all these efforts that government is putting in place, which are all necessary for us if we are to deal with the load shedding crisis.
We've also often heard that renewables could do much more than transform Africa's energy sectors in terms of Africa's transition needs to become inclusive and the journey towards that direction. What more would come from this?
So from renewables, you can get quite a lot. The first thing that we could get is obviously the electricity that is necessary, to power our various economies in the African continent. Secondly, the African continent in general and South Africa in particular. We are blessed with these renewable energy resources. If you look at a country like Germany, for instance, they've got a third of the solar energy that we have in South Africa. And that's why many countries, including Japan, the UK, and Germany, are running to South Africa to produce what they call the green hydrogen, to decarbonize their own electricity sectors back in their own countries. So when they do so, they come with they have to come and install huge renewable energy projects that will create a lot of jobs in the country, and also those projects around the green ammonia, around the green hydrogen economy, they come with a lot of job opportunities as well. One example of such a project is a project that is being planned in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape by a company called Hive Energy. We expect about 1,500 jobs to come from that particular project only, where they will be producing green ammonia and green hydrogen using renewable energy. They plan to install more than 4 gigawatts of renewable energy, and that on its own brings in an investment into the country. It also assists us in terms of dealing with the energy crisis, and once we are able to deal with the energy crisis, we grow the economy, and then we can be able to create the much needed jobs, because we all know that South Africa has got a massive problem when it comes to the high rate of unemployment. So we're looking towards 2030 to 2035 and towards 2050, where most of these projects will be ramping up, and most of the renewable energy will be coming online, assisting the power system as well. As things stand, we've got about 6.3 gigawatts of renewable energy in our power system from the REAP program. And out of that, every single day, we are seeing about 2 gigawatts of electricity that is coming online. And that is cushioning the country by at least 2 stages of load shedding.
Very well. Thank you so much for that breakdown, Professor Sampson Mamphweli, who's the head of the Department of Service and Innovations Energy Secretariat at SANI.